Welcome everyone in this new live development video about building an auto battle game. In this video, we're going to start working on our ability system, start implementing it. So I've gave a thought about where we could start and how we could be doing this. And we won't be doing this all at once. We will be doing this piece by piece. And we are going to start by making a simple ability which says when I'm full on mana, I'm gonna play an animation and deal damage around me. And for that, so this might seem simple at once, at first glance, but it's actually going to involve most of the systems we talked about. So we're going to implement that ability in quite a lot of videos. And the first thing we want to do is add the ability to the units. So, and make it so we can see that units have abilities when we hover them, when we focus them. So this is the first step we're gonna take. But first off, let's just add a few things to our. I wanted to add a way to debug, to print stuff regarding the ability system. So we're going to make it so that we have a debug category which contains, which can display abilities. So let's do that real quick. And we'll have to, once we've done that, we'll have to open up the utils function library. And I hope we won't have an error when we open that. We don't have an error. I'm happy about this. In which case, if we still had the error we had yesterday when doing in the other video, when doing the ability system, we might starting to be afraid that our data are going to be corrupted because our structure are broken. Ability events, we forgot to rename something apparently. Oh no, we did not. New local var. Oh yeah, that's the name of the thing. Okay. So anyway, we wanted to go here because print debug, we wanted to make it so in here, we want the ability system to be printed. Get color per debug category, and we want our ability system to be, I don't know, like pink. Well, maybe not that pink. We are not going to see that. We'll just make it, yeah, red. Like there's an error. I mean red. Like this. So how are we going to start this? Well, first off, we want to add some kind of way to create and store abilities, and that's going to be our ability manager, which is going to take care of this. And this component is going to be replicated. We're going to save, compile, browse, go to our units. Units are going to have an ability manager like this. And in here, we want a new function called add ability. And it's going to take a data table row handle. It wants to know what ability it should add. And we're going to need another thing which we did not create, which is going to be located within the trigger. We're going to put this in the ability folder. And we're going to check if we don't have any redirectors. We don't, we're fine. So the triggers, we're going to have trigger source, which is an enumerator, which we're going to use to know how we should be handling the triggers, all the triggers an ability manager has. So what are the possible sources of a trigger? It can be an active ability. It can be one of the passive effects of an ability. It can be an ability trigger from a passive ability, and it can be a status. So we're fine with this. Custom trigger, this is going to be called trigger actually. We're going to open that up. So we're going to spawn one of these objects for each trigger our ability have and status have. And this trigger is going to have a bunch of variables. It's going to know its source, which is going to be an object. We don't know what type of object, but it's an object. This is going to be exposed on spawn. This is going to know its source. Its source type. Above it's going to be source ref, no source object, source ref. Source type is going to be exactly what we've just did. Trigger source. Which is going to be exposed on spawn as well. But I'm getting way ahead of what I wanted to do right now. I'm getting way ahead. So we want in here we want to add an ability, but we need to know what type of ability it is, if it's an active or a passive ability. So we want to make something that in data, in here, we want a new enumerator, which is going to be ability type, I guess. And we're going to need only two, active and passive for now. Or maybe we're going to have, yeah, we're going to have attack here. Or are we? I'm not sure we're going to have attack here. So I'm just going to get rid of that for now. So the ability is going to, this function is going to require to know what type of ability it is, to know how it should add the ability we're passing as row. And now we might be wondering how we should be. Well, actually, we're gonna do it this way. I'm not sure. Get data table. Yeah, I think I know how we should be doing this. I'm really not sure. I'm starting to wonder. Yeah, I think we're going to do that another way. So we're going to need to store the information regarding all of the abilities in the game, store them once. So I think in the data table in here, we're gonna add a category. We're going to put these in stats, extract stat data, get stat icon, that gets stat color. We're going to put this above and put that above. Extract stat data here. We're going to duplicate this, extract ability data. And we're going to put this obviously in the ability folder. Extract ability data. We want to loop through all active abilities. We want to break. For now, we don't want to break anything. We just want to store all of them. Active abilities. This is going to be a map of name with active abilities. And active abilities, we're going to duplicate this and make the same thing for passive ones. and we're gonna add each single ability we find to that map. You might be wondering why we're doing this, because this way we have one place where we have all of our abilities already stored, and we can find them by name quite easily. And we want to do the same thing for passive ones. I pressed F5 after changing this to refresh that node. Once more, I pressed it. Okay, so in the ability manager, we don't want to find a unit from this. We want to find a unit from here. If this is equal to an active ability, we're going to get the game instance ref add ability, create ability. We're going to grab all the active ability. We're going to need create active ability. It's going to grab this. Do we need this? Yeah. For now, we'll just do that. Create passive ability. We're gonna add this in order to really get that faster, to really understand faster. We're gonna find the ability we want to create. We're gonna go there. If it's not an active, it means it's a passive ability. Maybe afterwards we'll have more types, and we'll update that logic with other branches because it's way cheaper than switches. So we can create abilities, but it's doing nothing for now. We're gonna have not a function, we're gonna have a variable which is gonna be called abilities, and this is gonna be an array of U ability array like this. When we create an active ability, we are going to create a U object, construct object from class, and this is going to be an active ability. Owner of the constructed object, this is going to be our owner, or this is going to be this. I think abilities need some exposed on stuff, exposed on spawn stuff, variables. Abilities need to carry a list of stats. And active and passive ability, they're gonna have an exposed on spawn value, which is going to be their row. Active ability row. Since we put that exposed on spawn, it's gonna appear here when we refresh all nodes. We can plug this here. This is the ability we found in the game instance that we want to store in this object. This object representing the active ability. Same goes for the passive one. We're not gonna do it for the passive each time, because if some things fail, in the process of making that active ability I talked about, we won't have to update the passive code as well. This is not proper code. I'm thinking right now in a way that makes us able to avoid this, but I think we will need C++ to automatically generate and find the proper we should need a map to generate the proper structure, to automatically generate the structure we need. In any case, it will be fine for what we want to do now. For now, so we're creating the ability but the ability manager doesn't have the reference yet. We're gonna have another function, record ability. It's gonna grab an ability as a reference. And we're gonna add this here. And we're gonna create another function, which is called clear abilities, which we are going to need when we pull a unit to remove all of these abilities. But ability are going to need to have a function called destroy. Clear destroy. It's going to be called destroy object. Maybe we'll make we'll do something real quick. We'll delete that. We'll go to our system, util, create a new blueprint class. We're going to create a parent class for all of our objects, which are going to have a function called destroy. So we can call destroy on them. How are we going to call this? Auto battler object, auto battler object. And it's going to have one function called destroy object. We're going to refresh that. And we're going to go to our ability class settings, change the parent class of that to auto battler object, compile, save, go back here. Make sure we check everything that starts by U. Can we find this? Yep, we can. So this needs to be, so we just modified this. Ability condition, we will modify this parent. Acquisition rules as well. Custom ability effect as well. Ability scaling, yep. Consumption rules, yep. Custom targeting method, yep. Status as well, and trigger as well. And we want to reparent all of them. And we'll put a branch in here just to keep that blueprint not minimized like this, but maximized. Just adding a branch will make sure it stays maximized. So we want to copy and paste this to bring auto battler object automatically. Compile, save, close. Trigger doesn't need to add a branch because it has variables. In any case, we want to reparent it. Open that up. There we go. Custom targeting, same thing. There you go. Consumption rules, same. There you go. Only one to go. This one's the last. We're fine. Now we can call destroy. we should be able to call destroy object and clear. Destroy does nothing for now. U objects are gonna get cleared as soon as we remove all references to them. So doing this will destroy all U objects contained within abilities, just doing this. So we want to record, so we have that ability. So we have an ability here. We're gonna print the name of the ability. Can't we get row? No, we can't. So we're not gonna go here. We're gonna go here and print the name of this. Get row. And in any case, we want to record that ability in our array. And we're going to do the same thing for passive, but we're not, because we've said that we shouldn't. So we're not going to delete it. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have a tendency to exaggerate. So it's not going to do anything right now because we're not creating any ability. Units. We're going to say that all units have that ability for now. When a unit gets when it gets pulled, unpulled we have here. And if we open our unit, we have something called activate unit and something called deactivate unit. And I think unpulled, this should be called, we should just override activate unit and call that here, if I'm not mistaken. Where is that called? Set unit state. When it's pulled. And I think when it's pulled, we're calling this already. So yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. So when it's pulled, when it's activated, so we can delete that. Activate unit, we want to override deactivate unit as well. And are we doing something here? When it goes static, yeah, we're reviving the unit, so we can remove this and put this in the activate function. I think I failed. We want to put this in the deactivate function rather than the activate function. So when we activate the unit, we're gonna create abilities. We're gonna put this in ability folder. Create abilities, and deactivate unit, we'll just say clear abilities. I don't like clear. I think we'll see. So create abilities, what does it do? It's gonna add an ability. And what ability is it gonna add? We don't know for now. We can just say in our data table statuses, we can delete what we've done here. Passive ability, we can delete what we've done here. Active ability, we can get rid of this, add a new one. This is going to be called passive. No, not passive. This is an active ability which says that damage around me. So it's going to be a Nova, for example. This is going to be called Nova. So we have a Nova ability. We can close all of this, keep this. How do we find Nova here? Whoops. If we write down Nova here, it's going to work. Well, we'll see. What does it do if we hit play? Oh, we got yeah, we failed. We are adding the ability only to the combat unit, and we shouldn't be doing this. So we're gonna remove that, remove this, remove that, delete create abilities here, go to our parent class. We can compile. No, we can't. Yep, we have to get rid of this. Go here to our combat units. We want activate and deactivate. When we activate the units, we're gonna create abilities. And this is gonna be located in ability. We can paste now. Yeah, we want to do this in the unit because we want to be able to read and modify abilities. Even when we are in our recruitment camp. So yeah, that might be a little bit the ability management right now might be a bit heavy in terms of performance for no reason. We shouldn't see any issues when we work on computers, but it might be an issue when it comes to smartphones. I mean mobile. We'll have to consider this. For now, we don't care. So when we activate the unit, we're going to create ability. When we deactivate the unit, we're going to clear abilities. Like this, we're going to compile. And if we're hitting play, do we have a print? New ability. It doesn't know, it didn't find the Nova, it means, because I think we are printing the name of the ability. When we add an ability, we're given, oh yeah, I know why. Because in the game instance, we never called extract ability data. Nova. We added Nova to everyone. So everyone has Nova. And I think if we do this, we're gonna re-have this Nova, yeah. And we have 4 because because it's local, both clients have created 2 of them. 1 for each unit. So I think it's going to wrap up that video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.